Now, I'm not gonna lie. I do know I'm gonna get some comments saying, oh, making a whole video on one accessory is a little crazy. Let me show you guys something. Creed Emblem. Okay, do you guys see how far away I am from this guy? Floating strikes, it hits. From this distance. Do you guys see how far away we are from each other? Do you see how far away we are from each other? And it hits that. Not only that, you can do floating strikes into swift slashes off this. From that distance. What are we talking about? Who made this? But a lot of you guys are going to be in the comments. A lot of you guys are going to be in the comments. How the hell do you obtain this? This is the item that you get if you had hybrid. So that means only around 2,000-ish people have this item in the whole game. So I don't really think it needs a nerf necessarily because yes, you are getting a brain dead item because you grinded the fuck out of the game when the game was in its worst state possible when hybrid was a thing, and you grinded for hybrid. So this is the item that you get. It makes sense. Don't get me wrong, it makes sense. But at the same time, bro, like, are we dead ass? Are we really? Really? And you guys see what's inside my inventory. Video on Vow of Sacrifice soon, man. Because that's also just, hey, bro. Hey, I don't know what they were doing balancing Vow of Sacrifice, but that shit should not exist. But the craziest part is, as well, Creed Emblem actually has pretty decent stats. 4 HP, 1.5 defense, some posture. Is it crazy stats? No. But we also have to keep in mind... Oh, too far. Did I move or did he move? But you guys saw, bro. You guys literally saw. If you are a speed player, or if you're a 45 speed, 20 kendo player, or just in general a speed player, this is insane for you. Because you can... What? Did the range change? Did I send him that far back? I guess I did. But you guys saw, right? You guys literally saw what I'm talking about with the range. And the craziest part is, I believe you can do this as well. Let me see, floating strikes, right? And then fucking, like, bro. And then if you have this with Vow of Sacrifice, you guys already know what I'm gonna say. It's going to be the most brain-dead thing you guys can possibly obtain inside the game. And I want to point out that the range of this is the same range as Fast Fang. It's the same range as Fast Fang. Literally the same range as Fast Fang. There should be zero reason why something like this is actually inside the game. Because we see... we see what's going on, bro. That is actually the craziest item inside this whole game. If you're a speed player, if you're a hybrid player, if you're anything, and you are trying to get this item, best of luck trading for it. Because after people actually see the full potential of it, I guarantee you, this item's value is about to skyrocket in price. This might be the most expensive item inside the game. Like, I'm dead serious, this might just be the most expensive item inside the game, because how brain dead it actually is. And the craziest part is, it doesn't even technically need a nerf, because this is the item that you get for being a hybrid, and going through all the effort and actually obtaining hybrid. So it makes sense why it's so broken, which is even worse because that means that it's probably not going to get nerfed. You can literally drive by people. If I'm flash stepping and I just want to boom, you can drive by people because of the range. Let's keep in mind, original floating strikes, you have to be like right here for it to hit. This one, you can be this far. I believe this is actually the distance. Let's see. Yep, and then fucking Fast Fang. What are we talking about, bro? There's no way this is actually a real item inside the game. Like, there's zero way. And I can't even say that it's not balanced. Because like I said, it is the compensation for hybrid. It is the compensation for hybrid. So it makes sense to as why it's so broken. Only around 2,000 people inside this whole game will actually end up getting this item. Because that's how rare it is. So don't get me wrong. It is a very, very insane item. But it makes sense why it's so insane. Because there's only about 2,000 people that will actually have this, because that's roughly how much people got hybrid. Nobody wanted hybrid during that October update, because not only was it the worst update they ever dropped, it was also just not really worth it. But like, what are we There's zero reason why I should be able to do that from that type of range. Like, there's zero reason. One thing that I do want to mention is this is about Vow of Sacrifice, is them saying that you can't run a Vow and an Essence on the same build kind of made me a little bit sad. I'm not gonna lie. I was very looking forward to running Vow of Sacrifice with Unseen Blade and it just being absolutely crazy, but I guess not. But this is still insane to me. Like, that is literally, that should, oh boy, that should not be a thing. That should not be a thing. But it is a thing because this is the hybrid compensation. Only around 2,000 people will have this item. So it makes perfect sense why it's so brain dead. Honestly, they could probably nerf it a little bit because, like, this, like, the range is obviously a little bit ridiculous. But holy bro, that shit is brain dead. Literally insane how good this item is. And then why is there a Frisk? How did I just one tap a Frisker? We'll never fucking know. Not only that, bro, this accessory looks sick. I actually really like how it looks. So not only do you get a sick accessory, it's based off your eye color. It's broken as fuck. Like, and hardly anyone's actually going to have it. Like, bro. There is zero reason why something like that should exist. I will be dropping a build video later today because I have Vow of Sacrifice, I have Creed Emblem, and obviously I'm running Ginjo and I'm running Butcher the End. Am I on the Dodd build? Yes. Do I pull no hose because of this build? Yes. Do I care? No. Because this might be the best build inside the game right now. Vow of Sacrifice, Creed Emblem, 45 speed, 20 Kendo, Butcher the End, Ginjo, is probably the best ranked build in the whole game right now. Undeniably so. Like, actually undeniably so. It probably actually is the best ranked build that you can run inside the game right now. The only thing that might be better is to run Vow of Sacrifice with Kendo, but then you can't use the Creed Emblem, so obviously that's, like, worse. But this shit is literally insane. Like, there's so many combos that you can do with Floating Strike. You can do Floating Strikes into Swift Slashes. You can do Floating Strikes into Rising Swallow. You can do Floating Strikes into Fast Feint. And not only that, one thing that I do want to mention, if you don't run Vow of Sacrifice, I believe Floating Strikes into Unseen is damn near true. Like, it's very easy to hit people with that combo. So, that's another thing that you can do if you're just on a full speed build and you don't want to run Vow of Sacrifice. That is one thing that you can do, and it will be literally insane. Creed Emblem is, it's the best thing in the game. It might actually be the best accessory. Because you're telling me, from this range, I can go boom, boom, floating, like, holy shit. I cannot actually wait to go into ranked with this. And I'm not 100% sure, because obviously, I'm not the most compy player. Actually, where'd my friend go? Okay, well, GG. I was going to test out if it guard breaks. I have no idea if Floating Strikes guard breaks. I don't think it does. But if it does, GG, bro. Just GG. Wrap it up. Call it a day. Go home. Because if you're going against someone, or if you are using the build that I currently have, there is absolutely zero reason why you should ever lose a ranked match. Zero reason. Unless if you're in a laggy server and someone else is using something just as good, like on par, there is zero reason why you should ever lose on the build that I'm currently running. Maybe if they nerf Ginjo, maybe if they nerf Vow of Sacrifice, maybe if they nerf Creed Emblem, and they nerf Butcher the End, then obviously the build wouldn't be good. But I don't see them doing all that. So until then, this probably is the best build in the game, and I will be dropping a ranked video on it, because it's actually just that insane, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this build could get really any better, because even if they end up adding a Fullbringer sub mode, if they add a Fullbringer sub mode, it doesn't matter, because Vow of Sacrifice, you can't use a sub mode with it. So it gets rid of your sub mode. So for Fullbringers, like, this is the best build. And also, the reason why this is the best build for Fullbringers is because, like I said, Fullbringers don't have a sub mode. And as an Arantar currently, if you use Vow of Sacrifice, it gets rid of your Segunda and your true Segunda. So you can't use it as an Arantar. You can't really use it as anything else either, because obviously you're going to be playing speed if you're using Creed Emblem, and then you want Devil Trigger with speed. So you can't really use Vow Sacrifice on that either. So literally Fullbringer is the only one that can really run Creed Emblem with Vow Sacrifice. It's the only race inside the game that can actually abuse this to its full power. So I will be dropping multiple build videos just saying how brain dead it is. But Creed Emblem is actually probably the best accessory inside the game right now. If you play speed, this shit is brain dead. Lock? Let me see if it... Okay, so it doesn't guard break. So that's fine. But we saw the range. Nobody is going to expect a floating strike to hit from as far as this one does. So I'll be playing it in ranked. I'll probably be live streaming a little bit later, making sure that I don't leak my username, because now that I have the God build, I can't leak my username. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this is gonna be getting nerfed. I don't think it's gonna be getting changed or anything like that. So trade every single item in your inventory for a Creed Emblem, because this probably will be the most expensive item inside the game for a very, very, very long time. I'll see you guys inside the next one. Peace.